The tragic end of Jesus' 12 apostles. The 12 apostles of Jesus Christ were ordinary men from different professions, such as fishermen, farmers, and craftsmen, who left everything to follow their master. Witnesses to the resurrection, they were called to spread the gospel throughout the world. However, their testimony faced great difficulties, including persecution and martyrdom due to their faith, leading them to sacrifice their lives out of love for Christ. These deaths were not natural. Each one reflects their loyalty to Jesus and the brutality that humans can inflict on one another. Want to know more about the fate of the 12 apostles? If you think they had ordinary deaths, you are very mistaken. Their lives and deaths are shrouded in mystery and intriguing stories. In this video, I will explore the details recorded in the Bible, as well as accounts from the church and historians. So, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, like, and watch until the end. John, the beloved apostle, is an intriguing figure in biblical narratives. He was the son of Zebedee and Salome, and brother of James, also an apostle. His story is marked by a special relationship with Jesus, being described as the disciple whom he loved. This close connection gave John a privileged insight into Christ's teachings. Present at crucial events such as the Transfiguration and the Last Supper, he stood by the Master. After Jesus' death, John played a key role in the first Christian community in Jerusalem. He witnessed Christ's ascension and was an important link among the apostles. However, his fate is shrouded in mystery. John faced persecutions, especially under Emperor Domitian, for preaching in Ephesus. Tradition holds that he was captured, tortured, and thrown into a cauldron of boiling oil, but miraculously survived. As a result, he was exiled to the island of Patmos, a prison location in the empire. It is important to note that there is no biblical verse to support his immersion in boiling oil. This comes from the tradition of the Church Fathers. The Church Fathers, men dedicated to building Christian theology, recorded many accounts of the apostles' deaths. After his exile in Patmos, John had visions that composed the book of Revelation. These revelations highlight his spiritual intimacy with God. As for his death, tradition says that, despite attempts to execute him, John died of natural causes. Polycrates of Ephesus, cited by Eusebius of Caesarea, stated that John passed away in Ephesus around 100 AD, at approximately 94 years old. John's tomb was empty when it was opened by Constantine. James, the son of Zebedee, was also part of Jesus' inner circle. He was present at the Transfiguration, the resurrection of Jairus' daughter, and the anguish in Gethsemane. His closeness to Jesus is highlighted, being one of the three closest apostles, along with Peter and John. These three witnessed unique events and miracles, evidencing the trust Jesus placed in them. After Jesus' death, James met a tragic fate. In Acts of the Apostles, chapter 12, verses 1 and 2, it is narrated that Herod Agrippa ordered James killed. Tradition suggests he was beheaded or killed by the sword. It's worth remembering that there are two apostles named James. James, son of Zebedee, and James, son of Alphaeus, known as James the Less. His participation in the Gospels is more discreet. After Jesus' death, information about James, son of Alphaeus, is scarce, but it is believed he engaged in missionary activities. Tradition indicates he was also martyred, possibly beheaded. Images of his beheading are common in religious art. There are also reports that he was thrown from the temple and stoned. Peter, originally known as Simon, was born in Bethsaida in Galilee. He was a fisherman before being called by Jesus to become a fisher of men. His name was changed to Peter, meaning rock, symbolizing the firmness of his faith. Peter is described as a fervent and dedicated disciple. He was one of the first to recognize Jesus as the Christ and played an important role at the Last Supper. His denial of Jesus is a significant event, followed by deep remorse. After Jesus' death, Peter traveled throughout the Roman Empire to spread the gospel, establishing himself in Rome, where he led the Christian community. In the Acts of the Apostles, his role is evidenced, especially in the evangelization of the Gentiles. In 64 AD, Rome suffered a great fire, and Nero blamed the Christians, initiating a persecution. Peter was detained and sentenced to death. Tradition says he requested to be crucified upside down out of humility, claiming he was not worthy to die like his master. He was crucified on Vatican Hill, where today stands St. Peter's Basilica, becoming one of the first martyrs of Christianity. Emperor Nero is often linked to the death of Jude Thaddeus, also known as Lebbeus or Judas, son of James. Although he appears less frequently in the biblical texts, his contributions to the early Christian movement are significant. At the Last Supper, Jude Thaddeus asked insightful questions about Jesus' teachings, demonstrating a deep desire to grasp the profound mysteries of the kingdom of God. This curiosity highlights his earnestness in seeking understanding and truth. After the crucifixion of Christ, Jude Thaddeus took on the crucial role of evangelizing, particularly in regions like Mesopotamia and Persia. His efforts in spreading the gospel were vital to establishing early Christian communities. The epistle attributed to him serves as a poignant reminder of the importance of steadfastness in faith and brotherly love. In a world that often seemed hostile to their beliefs, Jude's message resonated deeply, encouraging believers to remain strong and united. Tradition holds that Jude Thaddeus met a martyr's death for his unwavering commitment to the faith. However, accounts of his death differ, with some sources claiming he was killed by the sword, while others suggest he faced crucifixion or stoning. Each version reflects the perilous times in which early Christians lived, constantly at risk for their beliefs. The legacy of Jude Thaddeus endures through his teachings and the fervor with which he spread the gospel. His role as a disciple exemplifies the dedication and sacrifice that characterized the lives of the apostles. By continuing to preach after Jesus' death, he helped lay the foundation for the growth of Christianity, ensuring that the message of Jesus Christ reached distant lands. Moreover, Jude's emphasis on love and community among believers resonates even today, reminding Christians of the importance of unity and support within their faith. His life and martyrdom exemplify the challenges faced by early Christians, who were often subjected to persecution for their beliefs. As a martyr, Jude Thaddeus serves as an inspiration for countless followers, symbolizing courage in the face of adversity. The stories of the apostles, including Jude Thaddeus, remind us of the rich tapestry of early Christianity, filled with both triumphs and trials. Each apostle's journey adds depth to our understanding of the faith's development and resilience. By studying their lives, modern believers can draw strength and encouragement, understanding that they stand on the shoulders of giants who face tremendous challenges for the sake of their convictions. Bartholomew, also known as Nathanael, is an intriguing figure among the 12 apostles of Jesus. From the beginning of his ministry, he demonstrated exceptional commitment and profound faith, being one of the first to recognize Jesus as the Messiah. This immediate perception speaks volumes about his spiritual sensitivity and discernment. Bartholomew is often remembered for his sincerity and genuine quest for truth, traits that set him apart among the disciples. Traditions surrounding Bartholomew's death vary and, in many cases, are dramatic. Some accounts suggest that he was crucified, while others claim he met an even more horrific fate, being flayed alive before his crucifixion. This type of martyrdom not only reflects the brutality of the persecutions faced by early Christians, but also symbolizes the intensity of his faith and willingness to suffer for his beliefs. The story of the 12 apostles is, in essence, a rich tapestry woven with themes of faith, challenges, and sacrifices. Each of them, through their lives and deaths, significantly contributed to the spread of Christianity. They became the pillars of the Christian faith, disseminating Jesus' message of love and hope in a world that was often hostile. Their courage in facing persecution and even death inspired subsequent generations. The legacy of Bartholomew and the other apostles remains alive in the hearts and minds of millions around the world. They not only founded Christian communities, but also shaped the theology and practice of early Christianity. Their teachings and stories continue to resonate, offering comfort and guidance. Thus, the life and death of Bartholomew stand as a powerful testimony to the strength of faith. His unwavering dedication to the gospel is an example to be followed. Through the challenges they faced, the apostles left a clear message: the importance of faith and perseverance in times of adversity. If you felt inspired by these stories, don't forget to subscribe, like, and activate notifications for more content exploring the rich history of Christianity and its heroes.